Hello everybody and welcome back to Bring Your Own Popcorn. So, today I'm going to continue going through my physical media collection to let you guys see it, to see it all. We will eventually get through it all eventually. But today I thought I would do a big part of my collection, and that is my Disney collection. Now, this is not including Pixar. I have done a separate video on Pixar. It'll be down in the description below if you want to watch that. This is just Disney's animated stuff. So we've got some DVDs, we've got some box sets, and we've got all the Blu-rays. Every Disney animated classic up until Frozen 2. Yeah, so I better just get started because we've got a lot to go through. We'll start with the DVDs. Now, these are in the animated classics, but they are not available on Blu-ray, which is quite sad. I wish all of these were available on Blu-ray. But there are, I think it's five that aren't available on Blu-ray. So we'll start off with their 6th animated classic, and that is Saludos Amigos. There's the front right there, there's the back, and the original artwork underneath, which is quite similar, and then you've just got your disc inside. I've yet to watch this. I've not heard the best things, so I'm not in a rush to watch it, but I do want to do a watch through of every Disney film again from start to finish. And when I do that, because I will do it in the future. I'm not saying it'll be anytime soon, but I will do it. I will review and rank the films as I go on my Letterboxd, which is down in the description. I talk about my Letterboxd all the time. It is where you can read my reviews, look at my rankings of films. Basically, everything that I don't talk about on the channel, it's on my Letterboxd. So please go follow that if you're interested. But I will be doing, when I eventually get round to it, I will be doing a full watch through of these and ranking them on my Letterboxd. So that is Saludos Amigos. And next we have the Three Caballeros. Is it Caballeros? I think it is. I don't know some words. There's the front right there. There's the back. And there's the original artwork right there. And the disc. I won't bother showing you the disc from any of these, I would say, because I think they are quite plain, but I will show you the artwork. I've heard this one's alright. Again, I haven't seen it, so I do need to watch it. I've heard it's okay, not one of their best, but not one of their worst. Next is Make Mine Music. Now, this is their 8th animated classic, and it is, I think it's similar to Fantasia. A similar sort of style with loads of short films. And there's the front, there's the back, and there's the original artwork for that. Yeah, again, I haven't seen it, but I've heard alright things, not the best of things, not the worst of things. Again. Next we have Melody Time, which again is their 10th animated classic this time, and again, I think it's a collection of short films put into one big movie. There's the front with Donald, there's the back, and the artwork is very similar underneath. Again, haven't seen it, but I've heard mixed things. And the last DVD we've got to go through is The Black Cauldron. Now, this one I hear not too bad things about. I hear this one's pretty decent. This is their 25th animated classic. There's the front, there's the back. It's one that always confuses me why it's not got a Blu-ray release. So that is The Black Cauldron. You need to check that one out. Next we have 3 box sets. First we have the 3 movie collection of Cinderella. So that is Cinderella, Cinderella 2 Dreams Come True, and Cinderella 3 A Twist in Time. So you have this pretty nice packaging, and they're all matching packaging, all 3 box sets I've got, and apparently there are more of these that you can get. So there's Cinderella, and it's just a blue disc inside, and then we have a double pack of Cinderella 2 and Cinderella 3 right there, and there's the back, And again, I'm guessing, yeah, blue disc with both films on it. I have seen all of these. Love the first Cinderella. Hated the second one. The second one was really bad. And Cinderella 3 is actually really good. If you haven't seen Cinderella 3, I would really recommend it. It's very underrated, I think. Next we have the Aladdin 3 movie collection. There's the front right there. There's the back. And then you have, once again, the first Aladdin. And a double pack with Aladdin, the King of Thieves, and Aladdin, the Return of Jafar, right there. Again, it feels like it's going to be on one disc. Yes, one disc. Both films. I haven't seen King of Thieves or Return of Jafar, but I heard they're not bad. They're not bad films at all. So I might need to check them out. And the first Aladdin, I love, obviously. And then, last but not least for the box sets, we have the Lion King 3 movie collection. Now, this one contains every film in its own individual case, which I like. So there's the front, there's the back. Pull these out. We have the first Lion King, right there, which is a fantastic film. And then that's the only one I've seen out of these. But you do have the Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, which I've heard good things about, actually. I've heard it's one of their better sequels. And I also have The Lion King 3, Hakuna Matata. I don't really know anything about this film. So I don't think it gets the best of reviews. But yeah, I might check it out. At some point. It's not up there on my list, but again, once I get into maybe a Disney mood and I watch all the Disney classics again, I might check that one out. Okay, that is the DVDs and the box sets. Now we're moving on to the big lot of Blu-rays. Let's get comfy for this. Starting off with Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. There's the front, there's the back, and I love that they have the original artwork underneath. I always love it when the artwork underneath is different to the slipcover. Let's just check. Oh, it's just the front of the slipcover on this one on the disc. I'm not a fan of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I can respect it as being the first like animated film. I'm just not a fan at all. I think it's very boring. All the songs are like so, the pitch is so high and it like bursts your eardrum. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. That's all I really have to say on Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Next, move on to their second animated classic, and that is Pinocchio. This is a much better film in my opinion. There's the front, there's the back, and again there's that original artwork. And again, it's literally just the original, the slipcover artwork on the disc. I love Pinocchio. It's a really good film. Not seen it in years. Again, a reason to watch all these again. But I remember it being a really good film. A lot better than Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs in my opinion. Now we're moving on to Disney's first masterpiece in my opinion, and that is Fantasia. Fantasia is absolutely fantastic. It's such a magical film experience. I don't think there's actually a short, and because as I said, it's loads of short films into one film. There isn't a short in this that I don't like, which is impressive. There's the front with Mickey, there's the back, and there's the original artwork underneath. And I'm guessing it's just going to be, oh, it's a blue disc in this one, okay. Fantasia, fantastic film. Next we have Dumbo. Now Dumbo's an interesting one. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm just very mixed on this film. There are really nice elements to it, but some elements I'm not a fan of at all. I love the purple colour of it though. There's the front, there's the back, and there's the original artwork underneath. And there's that disc. Next we have Bambi. Oh, Bambi. I haven't seen Bambi, I know. I know what happens. I think everybody knows what happens in Bambi, but I haven't seen it. There's the front. I love the kind of orange colour of this one. There's the back. And that original artwork's actually really nice. Look at that. What we got on the disc, the front cover again. Yeah, there we go. So I can't comment on the film. But I do really need to check it out. I heard it's a really good one. Next we have a double pack, which is a bit annoying. I would wish these had their own individual releases. But they have 9 and 11 in a double pack, and that is Fun and Fancy Free and The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. I have seen Fun and Fancy Free. I haven't seen The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad yet. It's just the same artwork underneath, and I'm guessing it's just going to be one disc. Yeah, one disc. Fun and Fancy Free is actually a lot of fun. It's, I think, 3 shorts or 4 shorts in the one film. Just longer shorts. And yeah, it's a fun little film, and I haven't heard the best things of The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, so I'm not in a rush to see that. Here we have, again, Cinderella, but with the slip cover this time. Love the blue. The blue is absolutely amazing. There's the back, and you've seen this before. There's that original artwork with blue disc. Spoke about this film. Absolutely love it. Great movie. The most iconic Disney princess movie, I would say. Next we have Alice in Wonderland. I've only seen this the once. I remember liking it and not being one of my favourites, but I remember enjoying it. There's the front, there's the back, there's the artwork right there. Blue disc. Here we're starting to get into the blue discs now. But yeah, I remember thinking this film was pretty decent. Again, another one that requires a rewatch. Peter Pan. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen Peter Pan. The only Peter Pan film I think I've seen is Hook, which is pretty bad of me. I really need to sit down and watch this. Again, another reason to do a rewatch of all of these. But Peter Pan. Yeah, I've heard great things. I heard it's iconic and all that jazz, but I just haven't sat down and watched it. There's the artwork on the disc. So I can't comment on what this film's like, but I heard good things. Here's one that I do like, The Lady and the Tramp. I think this film's really fun. Yeah, it's just a great film. It's not that long either. It's quite short. So kids will be entertained enough with this. There's that original artwork, which I actually think is really nice. And the disc. Yeah, I really enjoy Lady and the Tramp. I would recommend if you haven't seen it. Again, not one of Disney's peak films, but a pretty good one in my opinion. Next, now I love the colour of this slipcover. I think it really goes with the film. But I haven't seen the film, and that is Sleeping Beauty. I know I haven't seen Sleeping Beauty. What am I doing with my life? But look at that lovely pink right there. There's the back, and some really nice artwork underneath. And that in the front right there. On the disc, sorry. So I can't comment on this film either because I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things, once again. Now, this is one I have seen, 101 Dalmatians. I have seen this film a long time ago again, but I remember it being a lot of fun. There's the front, there's the back. I love the blue of that slipcover, and look at that artwork, that's just lovely. And a blue disc on this one, blue disc. Yeah, I remember this film being a lot of fun. Cruella de Vil is obviously an iconic villain now, which is fun to look back. This was our first time on screen. Yeah, I just remember this being a pretty fun time. Next we have The Sword and the Stone. This is another one I haven't watched yet. I love the kind of, it's not even red. I don't know what colour that is. Reddy, like a dark red verging on a dark orange, I would say. There's the front, there's the back. Now, I have heard decent things about that, about this film, and I love that artwork right there. I've heard it's one of Disney's most underrated films. So again, another reason to do a watch through of all these. But that is The Sword in the Stone. This is one I've seen, and I've got some controversial things to say about it. The Jungle Book. Not a massive fan. It's not bad. It's not a bad film by any means, but it's not great. I would just say it's good. When people hype this film up beyond belief, I'm like, what are you doing? It's not the best thing ever created. It's a decent film. It's a fun time. Baloo's a fun character. Yeah, it's just a fun little film. But it's no way by any means the best animated film of all time. Like some people say it is, or at least like top 5. I wouldn't even say it's top 10 in Disney standards. But yeah, it's a good film. It's a decent film. Next we have the Aristocats. Again, I love this kind of purple colour on it. Haven't seen the Aristocats. Is it the Aristocats or the Aristocats? I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's the Aristocats, but it might be the Aristocats. I don't know. Right, anyway, there's the back right there, and you've got that original artwork underneath, which isn't very nice. And yeah, there's your disc. Again, can't comment on this one because I haven't seen it, but I've heard actually decent things. I heard it's not bad. Next we have Robin Hood, another one I haven't seen. This has just shown me how much Disney I've not watched. Robin Hood, haven't watched this. Heard it's really good. Heard it's really underrated in terms of Disney films. Oh, that's nice. That's nice artwork. I've forgotten what the artwork was like on most of these. And there's your blue disc. Yeah, can't comment, but heard it's a good film. Next we have one I have seen, and that is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. This is a childhood favourite, and I love the front of this one. Look at it. Oh, Winnie the Pooh is one of my favourite Disney characters. Interesting choice. The same artwork underneath. Not a big fan of that. A blue disc? Blue disc. Okay, as of design, I like the front cover, but I don't like that it's the same underneath. The film's really good. The film's a lot of fun. Winnie the Pooh's one of the best Disney characters. Prove me wrong. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And I've just read in the back it was Oscar winning. I never knew that. Next we have The Rescuers. I have seen this film. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Again, not terrible, but not great. It's just kind of meh, in my opinion. Yeah, there's a front, there's the back, and there's your original artwork. Quite similar. And there's your disc. Yeah, not a terrible film, but I wouldn't go as far as calling it good. It's decent. Decent film. Next we have The Fox and the Hound. Now this is an underrated one in my opinion. I actually had a lot of fun with this film. It is emotional when it wants to be emotional, but it's also just a fun time. There's the front right there. There's the back. And there you've got is the original artwork underneath. And you've got that artwork on the disc again. Yeah, I actually would recommend this film. It's a good movie. I wouldn't call it amazing in terms of Disney standards, but it's a good film. This is an odd one. As in terms of slipcovers, this was one of the hardest to find. Not the hardest, but one of the hardest to find. And that is Basil the Great Mouse Detective. I could find it everywhere with that, without the slipcover. This was hard to find, but I did manage to find it. So there's your front, right there. There's your back, and it's, once again, sadly, the same artwork on the case. And a blue disc, yeah. Blue disc. Haven't seen it yet, but It intrigues me a lot, actually. Basil the Great Mouse Detective. It just sounds like a fun film. So it does intrigue me. Next we have Oliver and Company, which I've heard is one of Disney's worst. I don't know if that's, like, well, not one of Disney's absolute worst, but low down in terms of Disney films. I don't know if that's right or not, but I have heard from people that this isn't a great film. There's the front, there's the back, and there's the original artwork right there. I think that's one of the reasons why I, oh, that was hard to open, haven't rushed to see this, because I've heard it's not great at all. So yeah, that is Oliver and Company. Now we get on to some of Disney's best. Well, very up and down in the next little while. The Little Mermaid. This was like the start of the Disney Renaissance era, am I right? When did this come out? Is it 1990? Oh, I can't see. 1990, I think. 1991, something like that. And this was kind of the start of the Disney Renaissance era, which is my favourite era of Disney. There's the front, there's the back, and of course it's a great movie. Love The Little Mermaid. Blue disc. Yeah, it's a really good film. I would really recommend Little Mermaid. I hear we're getting a remake, which I'm not excited for, but hey ho, I'm not excited about any Disney live action remakes, since what they did with Mulan was terrible. Next we have, you can't get the Rescuers 2 on its own, so you have to buy a double pack, which is the Rescuers double pack 2-movie collection. But I really just own this for the Rescuers Down Under. So there's the front, there's the back, there is your artwork, and it's just a disc containing both films. Haven't seen the Rescuers Down Under. Wasn't a big fan of the first one, so not rushing to see the second, but I will watch it on my watch through of all these. Beauty and the Beast. Haven't seen it. I know that's terrible to say. I've seen the live action version, which I wasn't a massive fan of, but I haven't seen this. And oh, that's terrible, Jack. I can't believe I'm saying on camera that I haven't seen a classic such as Beauty and the Beast. There's the front, there's the back, and there's, oh, very nice original artwork right there. There you go. Yeah, haven't seen it, I know. Heard fantastic things about it, so I do need to jump on this one. I really do. Now, this is one I've spoke about, but I will speak about again quickly. Aladdin. Definitely top 3 Disney films for me. I even enjoyed the remake to a certain extent. Robin Williams' Genie is fantastic, of course. One of the best Disney characters in my opinion. There's the back. And there's your original artwork. Pop it open and you just got the artwork on the disc. Fantastic film. Absolutely fantastic animation. Great songs. Yeah, just an all-round great movie. Next we have, of course, we've spoke about it, The Lion King. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. Like everyone says it is. It's everyone's favourite animation, basically. And I would say it's in my top 10, maybe even top 5, scraping in at the top 5, but it's not my favourite. But it is a really good movie. There's the front, there's the back. It's a very symbolic film, which I love. There's your original artwork right there. The back, and there's your blue disc. Yeah, it's everything that people say it is and more. It's a really great film. Just not like my favourite animation of all time. Next we have Pocahontas. This is another one that I need to really watch. I've heard this is pretty good. I know the story, I know the rough outline of the film, but I haven't watched it. But there's the front, there's the back. And oh, nice artwork right there. That's really nice. I like that. And there's your disc. Yeah, I really need to check this out. I've heard it's very good film, so I really need to check that out. This is another one. Oh, this is the one I really want to check out. I've been wanting to check out for ages and I just haven't got round to it yet. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This film, I think, the music seems very Les Mis kind of feel to it, and that's what draws me to this movie. And there's the front, there's the back, and there's the original artwork right there. Blue disc. Yep, this is one that I really need to jump on. It's meant to be brilliant. I just haven't watched it yet. This is just exposing how many Disney films I've not watched. God, it's another one I haven't seen. Hercules. I haven't seen... Jack, what are you doing with your life? I haven't seen Hercules. There's the front. There's the back. Ooh. Don't like that artwork. I really don't like that. And pop this open. Blue disc. Yeah, not seen it. Heard good things, once again. The music, I've heard some of the songs. The music's really good. Just haven't seen it yet. Here we go. I think this is my favourite animated film. Mulan. What a movie. As I said, I have a deep hatred for the remake because of how much they did wrong. And I do really want to do like a video essay on how much I hate the Mulan remakes. I want to do video essays anyway. I've got some video essays in the making, people, if you're wondering. So expect them on the channel soon. I've got a Derry Girls one coming up, which is looking pretty good. I've got a Local Hero one, which is for the film Local Hero. I've got a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 one that I'm writing. So I've got some video essays, but I really want to do one on the Mulan remake, about how much I despise it. I'm also doing one on the Sarah Jane Adventures, which I'm currently watching through the Sarah Jane Adventures again, just to remember stuff so I can write a video essay. But yeah, let's talk about Mulan. Sorry about the wee tangent there. Mulan, fantastic film, tells such a great story. The music's amazing. Reflection's my favourite Disney song, I would say. There's the front, there's the back, there's the original artwork right there. It's just such an empowering film. I absolutely love it. I would recommend this movie to absolutely anybody. Coming in next, we have Tarzan. This is another really good film. As I said, this is probably my favourite era of Disney. But this is a really good film. Great music by Phil Collins. Yeah, just a fun film. A fun film. There's the original artwork right there. And oh, actually something on the disc this time. There you go. Yeah, I would recommend Tarzan. It's a fun little film. Again, not one of Disney's top 10, but a really good movie. Now, this is an odd one. Fantasia 2000. It's not that bad. There's some of the shots I really enjoy, but it's not Fantasia, is it? There's like really bad celebrity cameos in it that really take you out of the film. Penn and Teller make an appearance doing magic tricks. Steve Martin just has a random appearance. There's just like things like that that really take you out of the animation. But it's an alright movie. Definitely nowhere near the level of the first one. But there's the front of the inside artwork and blue disc. So that's Fantasia 2000. What have we got next? The Emperor's New Groove. This is another one I hear decent things about. I've just not watched. There's the front. There's the back. And there is your original artwork. Yep, again, I don't have anything to say about it because I've not seen it, but I've heard it's pretty good. Atlantis, The Lost Empire. Haven't seen this one either. Oh, this is terrible, Jack. What are you doing with your life? I've heard this one's good though. I heard this one's really underrated. There's a front, there's the back. Again, it's the same artwork underneath, and a blue disc. But I've heard the film's good, so again, it's one I really need to check out. Oh, now this is top 5 Disney films. Lilo and Stitch. How great is Lilo and Stitch? What a fantastic movie. There's the front, there's the back. Oh, lovely. Lovely original artwork. Love this movie. Absolutely fantastic. Would recommend to anybody. Anybody would be able to get something out of this film. Great movie. Treasure Planet, another one I haven't seen, sadly. I've heard alright things about it. Not the best, not the worst. There's the front, there's the back, and again, same artwork. Blue disc. Oh, I predicted correctly. Can't comment, but I've heard good things. Well, decent things. So I do need to check it out. Now this is one that is incredibly underrated. If you haven't seen this film, I would really recommend checking it out because you would absolutely love it. Brother Bear. This is a really good film. Brave, the Pixar film, basically ripped this off. This did it first. Tells a fantastic story. Has loads of heart, loads of tear-jerking moments, loads of funny moments. The characters are all likeable. Great voice acting. Great animation. Some of it is just stunning. Really underrated. I don't know how this doesn't get more love. And there's your original artwork right there. And there is, in this film, there is a scene, and if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. And I would say it's one of the saddest scenes in any animated movie ever. It is such a powerful scene. Next, we've got an absolutely terrible film, Home on the Range. I won't stay too long in this film because I despise it. It's terrible. The voice acting's terrible. The animation's terrible. The story is boring. Has been told to death. This doesn't actually deserve original artwork. Yeah, it's just this isn't a good movie. Not a good movie at all. I'm moving on. And next we have another bad film, Chicken Little. This film was terrible. Not as bad as Home on the Range, but still not a great film. Yep, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Not a fan of Chicken Little at all. Again, bad animation, I think, is what lets this down. Really bad animation. This is an interesting film. This is a childhood movie, so I do have a bit of nostalgia for it. And I would still say it's good, but I can see how people don't like it. The animation's not great. The story's decent, but the animation's not great. And that is The Wild. Yeah, I would actually give this film a thumbs up, like a 6 out of 10, just out of nostalgia. And it's pretty funny as well. I do need to rewatch it now that I'm older. But yeah, I actually don't mind this film. I would low-key recommend it. Now, we're talking about the hardest slipcovers to find. Meet the Robinsons was so hard to find a slipcover for. Oh my goodness. It actually just sat on my shelf without a slipcover for ages, and then I eventually found one on eBay. But there's the front, there's the back, there's your original terrible artwork, there's the back, and there's the blue disc. Decent film. I've only seen it once, and I was very young when I watched it, but I remember it being fairly decent. Another one I need to rewatch. Surprise, surprise. Next we have Bolt. I always forget this film's Disney. I always think it's like Illumination or DreamWorks or something like that. I always forget it's Disney. And I think it's Disney's first PG movie, which is interesting. So there's the front, there's the back, there's the original artwork right there. I have seen it. I can't remember it being that great, but I don't remember it being terrible. Just a very average film. Now, we're talking about underrated. The Princess and the Frog is a fantastic movie. Love the slipcover. There's the back. And there's the, oh, quite nice original artwork right there. There's the back. And blue disc. Should have guessed. But this is a really good film. Again, some great tear-jerking moments in this. And the music's really good. I would really recommend The Princess and the Frog. It's also a return to 2D animation. Like actual like pencil drawn animation. Which I think Brother Bear was the last for a while. And then from Brother Bear to Princess and the Frog, they did a lot of 3D animation. And then they returned to it in Princess and the Frog. Next we have Tangled. This is one I definitely need to re-watch because everyone tells me it's fantastic, and I can't remember being that big a fan. I remember it being pretty decent, but nothing like fantastic level, and everyone tells me it's such a great movie. I remember the music being good, that's something I do remember. But there's the front, back, there's that original artwork right there. I remember that poster being everywhere when I was younger. Yeah, I remember it being decent, not great. Next we have Wreck-It Ralph. This is a really genius idea for a film, I think. Focusing on video game characters. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's a real fan favourite, I would say, among Disney fans. Nice original artwork as well. Yeah, I would really recommend Wreck-It Ralph. I really enjoy it. I've seen it multiple times. It's just a lot of fun each time. And some great voice acting in it. And some great animation as well. Who doesn't know this one? I won't stay too long in this film because I'm bored talking about it. And I'm sure you're bored hearing about it. Frozen. It's a good film, but the amount of folk that just hyped it up and said it was one of the greatest Disney things ever. Have you seen Disney if you think this is one of the greatest Disney things ever? It's a good film, but it's nowhere near the level of fantastic Disney films. But it's a decent time, and the songs are good. The songs are really good. Next we have Big Hero 6. I always think this is Pixar, and it's not. It's Disney. A fun little film, not one of the best Disney films. Oh, I love that artwork. That is really cool. There's the back. I've only seen it the once, so it might go up in my estimations once I rewatch it. But I remember it being decent, once again. Zootropolis. This is a really good film. I recently rewatched this in 4K and my love for it just grew. I think all the jokes land in this film. There isn't one joke that just doesn't make me at least chuckle. Some of them have me howling with laughter. Flash, 100-yard dash, especially, making me absolutely howl with laughter every time. The emotional moments it goes for doesn't quite get there for me. I never get sad at the film. But it's a great movie. Moana. Decent film. Not as good as everyone says it is. Controversial again, I know. I watched this. I didn't go to the cinema to see this. I watched it with my cousins, I think, one time. Because everyone was raving about it, and I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite animated films ever. It is a good film though. I don't want to be too controversial. Moana. Ralph Breaks the Internet is one I've yet to watch. I didn't hear the best things about it. I actually heard mixed things. A lot of people saying it's great, a lot of people saying it's really bad. I do really need to watch it and just make up my own mind. But there's the front. There's the back. That artwork's actually really nice. And there's your inside right there. Do need to watch this because I've heard mixed things. I really just need to make up my own mind. And because I love Wreck-It Ralph so much. And it should have been Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Why is it not called that? And finally, the last one I have, Frozen 2. In my opinion, a superior film to Frozen 1. I know, I think that's controversial to say, but I actually like this a lot more. I think the music's a lot better as well. The music's really good in Frozen. really improved in this. I actually like, is it Into the Woods? No, Lost in the Woods. That kind of 80s rock ballad. I love that song. It's so great. And there's the front. There's the back. There's the original artwork. And your blue disc. Frozen 2, a pretty good film to end on. And one of the better sequels, I would say. Okay, that is us done. I'm actually going to do a separate video on my Disney remake collection once I've built it up a bit, because it is back there. It's just not that big. I think it's about 9 films long. So once I get more, I will do a video on that. So the Disney videos are not done yet. But thank you for sticking with me through this long video. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.